The cars have just completed their first lap around Circuit of the Americas. The drivers are now testing out the F1 2022 class cars as they race for the finish line. We are off the starting line, and there is some jostling for position here as the drivers navigate the first corner. Some quick passing between several cars keeps it exciting. Out of the corner we now have driver in the lead, followed closely by drivers B and C. Assetto 39 is holding onto third position after an impressive start, with both first and second places currently out of reach. Gary 710 from Team for 20 is in second place as the race reaches the halfway point of lap 1. Assetto 39 has just made an impressive move, overtaking 4P and moving into 3P on the first lap. White is currently in 5th position after completing the first lap of the race. Team Blast's R.A. Raphael has just entered the pits for their first pit stop. They are currently in 31st position. White has just passed Smith for 5th position on lap 1. Fafamaker has moved up to 6th position after the first lap of this race. They are keeping pace with the rest of the field. White has just moved up to 4th place. They have overtaken the previous car and are still going strong. Ferry said, how to check team leaderboard. To check the team leaderboard, you can access it from the main menu in the Racing Simulator game. You can also find more information about the race, such as the drivers and their times, on the website for the game. Nico Bocast is making a move up, passing Poster Plant and now in 7P. They are 0.25 seconds behind the driver in 6P. Smurf 20 of Team for 20 just passed simple markers from Team Found on Rubbish Dump, moving up to 12th position. Useless 0T is putting in a spirited performance as they try to make up ground, currently just 0.5 seconds behind Smurf 20 in 13th. They are looking to gain some positions in this lap. Stismage Jones from Team Epic Pro Moment is 0.5 seconds behind Useless 0T in 14P as they race around the track on lap 2. Stismage Jones from Team Epic Pro Moment is currently in 15th place. They have the best lap of 1:54.948, 9.392 seconds off the fastest lap. Duntupidor is making a late push in this race, and manages to move up 1 place, overtaking Skex's Beaupré from Team Epic Pro Moment Racing. Nico Broadcast is making a move, attempting to overtake Poster Plant for 7P. He goes wide and is now looking to force his way past. Nico Broadcast is currently occupying 8th position, just 0.4 seconds behind the driver in 7th position. All drivers are on lap 3 out of 45. Poster Plant is challenging Fafamaker from Team Napgun Kings for position 6, just 0.5 seconds apart. Schiffsmädchen from Team Epic for Moment Racing is closing in on Duntuppador and has just moved up to 15th place, 0.4 seconds behind. Nico Burkast has gained some ground and is now within 0.4 seconds of Postaplant ahead in 7th position. It'll be interesting to watch these two race for the next lap. Postaplant has just overtaken Fafamaker from Team Nafgong Kings in a daring move to move up to 6th position. Nico Burkast is making their move. They've just gained a spot, overtaking Postaplant and now sitting in 7th place. Just over half a second separates them from the pack. Gary 710 is pushing hard for the lead, 0.5 seconds behind current leader Seamus 19. It's going to be a close finish. Postaplant in the Red Bull is taking advantage of the long straights, and they are closing in on Fafamaker from Team Nafgum Kings, who's in 6th. They are now just 0.4 seconds behind, looking to make a move for the position. Postaplant has just moved up to 6th position after passing a competitor. They are looking to gain more ground on the rest of the field. Schiffsmädchen from Team Epic for Moment is now in 15th position and trailing Duntuppador by 0.1 seconds. Postaplant is pushing for position and making up ground, moving up to 7th spot. Nico Burkast is making a move, pushing hard to make up some ground. He's now just 0.2 seconds behind Postaplant in 7th place. Postaplant is currently 7th, 0.4 seconds ahead of Nico Burkast in 8th. They are both mid-pack with the race just past the halfway point. Wolf of Eco said, "Was there not enough space? It looks like the track might have been a bit crowded, but I'm sure we'll figure out a way to make it work for everyone." Postaplant has just overtaken Nico Burkast and moved up to 7th place. Gary 710 has just made his move and takes the lead. Gary 710 is now in 1st, with Seamus 19 in 2nd. Lacroix is making his move and passing Nico Burkast for 8th place. Smurf20 from Team for 20 has just overtaken Simple Marcos from Team Found on Rubbish Dump and is now in 12th position, 0.4 seconds ahead. German Ranger has just sped up and is now 0.2 seconds ahead of Lacroix from Team Blast. They are now fighting for position 9. Nico Burkast has just made a move and is now 0.2 seconds behind Postaplant in 7th place. Smurf20 from Team for 20 is making a run for the lead and has just moved up a spot. They are now in position 12, 0.4 seconds behind Simple Marcos from Team Found on Rubbish Dump in position 13. Nico Burkast is now moving up to 8th in the race, positioning well for a potential increase in position. They are currently 1.655 seconds off the fastest lap, with their best lap of 1:44.861. It's certainly going to be interesting to see how the race progresses from here. Lacroix from Team Blast is making his move, going for the overtake on Nico Burkast for position 8. Can he make it? Smurf20 is making a move and trying to catch up with simple markers. The two cars are now neck and neck. It's an exciting battle between the Team for 20 and Team Found on Rubbish Dump drivers in this race. R40 has just overtaken Wasp Z, moving up to 18th place in the race. Duntubador has just overtaken Useless 0T and is now in position 14 with the Ferrari. They are 0.2 seconds ahead of their rival. Smurf20 of Team for 20 is fast gaining on simple markers of Team Found on Rubbish Dump, coming in 0.4 seconds behind in 13th position. Schiffsmädchenjunge from Team Epic Moment Racing just advanced to 15th position, 0.3s ahead of Skex's Beaupré from Team Epic Moment Racing in 16th. Nico Burkast is closing the gap as he is now just 0.2 seconds behind Postaplant in 7th place. Simple markers from Team Found on Rubbish Dump has closed the gap to Smurf20 from Team for 20 and is now just 0.2 seconds behind in 13th place. Schiffsmädchenjunge from Team Epic Moment is currently in 16th place with a best lap time of 1:46.307, 3.101 seconds slower than the fastest lap. Schiffsmädchenjunge from Team Epic Moment is quickly gaining on Useless 0T in position 15. Both cars are going full pelt. Postaplant is now entering the pits from 6th place, aiming to make a pit stop and gain some time. Gary 710 from Team for 20 is back on the track in 8P following a pit stop. Duntubador is heading into the pits and dropping down to 14th place. Useless 0T is now edging up the leaderboard, moving into 10th position. They are closing the gap to 9th position from 45. Zero Stewie Zero is entering the pits and taking on much needed fuel. They are currently running in 27th place. Smurf20 from Team for 20 just moved up to 5th in the race. Arbert1 is making a push and has passed 3 cars, moving up to 9P. He looks determined to move up through the ranks. German Ranger just left the pits and is now in 11th place on the track. Aminison has rejoined the race from the pit stop in 15th position. They will have to overtake 30 cars if they want to win the race. Seamus 19 just came out of the pits and is now back in the race in 21st place. Luke Runs has just left the pits following a pit stop and is now back in the race in position 27. Gary 710 from Team for 20 is currently in 2nd place, just behind the leader. They are approximately at the halfway point of the race. Seamus 19 is making moves up the leaderboard, They've just passed 0 to move into 20th place and are now 0.3 seconds behind the car in 19th. Last lap was 7.1 seconds faster than their average. Seamus 19 is in 21st place and half a second behind 0 in 20th. Seamus 19 drove a great lap and moved up to position 21. The best lap of the race so far is 1:43.206. Stay tuned to see if they can make it higher. COTA 39 is trailing a lap 0C by just under half a second. It's a close race for 24th place. COTA 39 is making a hard push, closing the gap to a lap 0C and now only 0.2 seconds behind. Can they make it into the next position? We'll keep watching to find out. COTA 39 just had a fantastic run and improved their position to 19th, posting the fastest lap of the race so far with a time of 1:43.689, only 0.483 seconds off the pole position. Seamus 19 is on the tail of 0, fighting for a better position in this race. Both drivers are pushing hard to stay ahead of the competition. German Ranger just made a move, now overtaking Cargelasts for position 10. Seamus 19 closes the gap to 0 and moves up to 20th. They are now just 0.2 seconds apart. Smurf 20 from Team for 20 is now 0.4 seconds behind for Fanmaker from Team Nafgum Kings in 4th position. Seja Tweaks is pushing hard and is now 0.3 seconds behind German Ranger, looking to overtake. Smurf 20 is now gaining ground, overtaking for Fanmaker to take 4th place. Lacroix from Team Blast has just made an impressive move and is now pushing hard for 2nd place. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is doing her best to keep her position. It's still a race to the finish. Lacroix is pushing hard as they are now approaching Sabine 27. It looks like they are neck and neck now, who will break the tie. Seja Tweaks is keeping ahead of German Ranger and maintaining their lead. They are 0.3 seconds apart, and it's anyone's race. Lacroix from Team Blast is making a strong move. He has just moved into 2P, just 0.4 seconds behind Sabine 27 from Team Blast, who is currently in the lead. Wipe is now closing in on Smurf 20. They are only 0.2 seconds apart. It's going to be an exciting finish. Sabine 27 is right on Gary 710 from Team for 20's tail, 0.2 seconds behind in 2P. Gary 710 from Team for 20 was 0.9 seconds faster on the last lap. It's anyone's race. German Ranger is trailing Seja Tweaks, closing the gap with each passing lap. Both drivers are putting in impressive performances and pushing their cars to the limit. Seja Tweaks is hounding Cargelasts for the 10th position in this competitive race. They are 0.5 seconds apart as they approach the next corner. COTA has just made a move on Cargelas's. They're battling it out on the track for 10th position. German Ranger is making a push here, gaining on COTA nearby. It could be anyone's race up ahead. Smurf20 has just made a move on Fafamaker from Team Navgum Kings, taking the inside line and overtaking them to get into 4th position. Wipe is hunting down Smurf20 from Team for 24th position on the track. They are separated by only 0.3 seconds. German Ranger has pulled up close behind Cargelas's, closing the gap to just 0.4 seconds. Stiefsmädchen has just made up a place and is now ahead of Aminsang from Team Navgum Kings. Lacroix from Team Blast is closing the gap with Sabine27 from Team Blast, now only 0.5 seconds behind in 2P. On lap 12, German Ranger is 0.5 seconds behind Cargelas's in 11th place. Lacroix has just overtaken Sabine27, taking 2nd place. He is now 0.2 seconds behind 1P of AT11 from Team Boost. German Ranger is trying to overtake Cargelas's, closing the gap between them. Will they make it in time? We'll have to wait and see. We have a tight battle for the lead. Sabine27 has moved into position 2, 0.4 seconds behind the leader. Lacroix is right behind them in 3rd. It's shaping up to be an exciting finish. Sabine27 from Team Blast is now pushing hard. Lacroix from Team Blast is hot on their tail in 3P, just 0.3 seconds behind. Nico Bocast is making a move for 6P, challenging Smurf 24 position. Nico Bocast is 0.3 seconds closer to the leader and pushing hard for the overtake. Nico Bocast is making a move for 6P. He takes the inside line and overtakes Smurf20 on the straight. Nico Bocast is now in 6P. Smurf20 from Team for 20 just passed Wipe for 5th place. They are 0.3 seconds behind lap leader 64. Useless 0T is making a move on Unroekisul for 8P, closing the gap quickly. No change in position yet, but it's close. Smurf20 of Team for 20 has just made a move, passing Wipe in position 5 to snag 6th place. They're 0.4 seconds behind the leader. Nico Bocast is making a big push, 0.4 seconds behind Smurf20 from Team for 20 in 6th position. He's in hot pursuit. Sabine27 from Team Blast is chasing down Gary710 from Team for 20 for the lead, currently 0.3 seconds behind. Sabine27 is currently in 2nd place, 0.1 seconds ahead of Lacroix in 3rd. Sabine27 from Team Blast has just lost her 2nd place position on the track. She has been overtaken by Lacroix from the same team. Just made Shinjunj just past 0.5 seconds behind the leader, Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings, and is now in 15th place. Smurf 20 has made an impressive move, overtaking WEG to reach position 5. Sabine 27 from Team Blast has just entered the pits, currently in position 3. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is making a pit stop and rejoining the race in 2nd place. Gary 710 from Team for 20 is now leading the race, freshly exiting the pits in 1st place. Smurf 20 of Team for 20 is 7th as the cars make their way through lap 15. Fafamaker is looking to make up some ground, leaving the pits in 4P. He's on a mission to take an early lead in the race. Seja Tweaks just entered the pits for a pit stop, potentially looking for a performance edge in this race. Cargelasses is entering the pit lane and has dropped out of the top 10. They are currently in 11th place. Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings has just moved up to 15th place. Duntubador is pulling into the pits for a pit stop. They make the turn and come to a stop before the pit lane entry. Postaplant has moved up several spots, now up to 12th position. They look to be holding their own against the competition. Cargelasses exits the pits and rejoins the race in position 10. Albert 1 has just improved to 15th place in the race, overtaking John 5. German Ranger has just exited the pits in 12th place. That's after taking on fresh tires and refueling. Wasp Z is back on the track after coming out of the pits in 14th place. L1 Liquidator 1967 of Team for 20 has just exited the pits in position 19. Shota Todoroki 39 has just exited the pits in position 23. They are now on the track and looking to move up the leaderboard. Drifting Shadow from Team Core has just exited the pits in a strong 29th place, looking to make up time in this intense race. Seamus 19 just passed 19p and is now in 20p. Amin San from Team Nafgum Kings has fallen back to 16th place, 0.4 seconds behind due to Smoke a Blunt from Team for 20 and 15. Seamus 19 is inching closer to the 19th position, only 0.3 seconds behind L1 Question 1 Data 1967 from Team for 20. It's getting tight at the top. Useless 0T has made a bold move to overtake Unero Ekasiol and is now up to 8th position. Smurf 20 from Team for 20 had an incredible start, maintaining their 5th place position. They are trailing the 4th place driver by a close margin. Useless 0T is pushing hard to stay in the top 10, closing the gap on Unero Ekasiol in 8th position. They are just half a second apart. We have Assetto Corsa 39 close and 0 Stewie 0 S-tail, rising up from 22nd to 21st. They are now only 0.4 behind. Let's see if Assetto Corsa 39 will overtake. Amin-san is currently 16th, 0.4 seconds behind Judas Blunt from team for 20 and 15th. Judas Blunt was 2 seconds faster on the last lap. Smurf 20 has just overtaken Fafamaker from Team Navgun Kings to move up to 4th place. Fafamaker is pressing hard on Smurf 20 and is now 0.1 seconds behind. We're seeing intense action here as the two drivers battle for 4th place. Useless 0T has just overtaken Unro Akasul to move into 8th position. Seamus 19 just passed L1 question 1 data 1967 from team for 20, moving up to position 19. Fafamaker from Team Navgun Kings is now 0.4 seconds behind Smurf 20 from Team for 20 in 4th place. Seamus 19 is 0.3 seconds behind L1 question 1 data 1967 from Team for 20 as they compete for position 19. Smurf 20 overtakes Fafamaker and moves into 4th position. Wack is now challenging for 5th place, pushing hard on Smurf 20 from Team for 20. Who will come out on top? Stay tuned to find out. Wack has made his way up from 9p to 6p, closing the gap on Smurf 20 to 0.4 seconds. It's anyone's race at this point. Useless 0T has just made a daring move, overtaking Unro Akasul and taking AP. He's looking to move up the ranks in this hotly contested race. R40 has moved up to 17th place, just 0.4 behind Stu's Machen Jones from Team Epic Moment Racing as they round the track. R40 had a great lap, 1.7 seconds faster than the previous one. Useless 0T is trying to catch up to Unro Akasul and has reduced the gap to 0.4 seconds between them. Let's see if they can produce a last-minute overtake. Useless 0T is just 0.4 seconds behind Unro Akasul in position 8 and closing in fast. The competition is fierce and we can't wait to see how this one plays out. Amin-san Team Navgun Kings is 0.5 seconds behind Judas Blunt Team for 20 and 15th place. Useless 0T is closing the gap to Unro Akasul and trying to make a move for 8th place. It's going to be an exciting finish. Smurf 20 from Team for 20 is making a move towards Wack in 5p and is now just 0.2 seconds behind them. It looks like it could be a close race for the top 5 positions. Amin from Team Navgun Kings is closing in on Judas Blunt from Team for 20 and looking to take 15p. They are only 0.4 seconds apart. Wack of Team for 20 just made an impressive move and has passed Smurf 20 to take 5p. Lacroix from Team Blast is soaring, now in second place with a best lap time of 1:43.557, just 0.395 seconds behind the fastest lap. Lacroix is right behind Gary and pushing hard. He is 0.3 seconds behind as they approach the finish line. Will he make it? We'll find out soon. Lacroix is swiftly closing in on the leader, Gary 710 from Team for 20. He's now only 0.2 seconds back and is looking for an opportunity to take the lead. Gary 710 is in hot pursuit of Lacroix from Team Blast. They are neck and neck as they battle for the lead. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is currently in third place with a best lap time of 1:43.237, 0.075 seconds off the fastest lap time. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is making a move and has closed the gap on Gary 710 from Team for 20 in second place, just 0.2 seconds separating them. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is closing the gap quickly, just 0.4 seconds behind Gary 710 from Team for 20 in second place, who was 1.8 seconds faster last lap. COTA 39 is now 0.3 seconds behind L1 question 1 data 1967 from Team for 20 and gaining in 19p. Will they overtake? It's anyone's guess. COTA 39 has just passed the finish line on lap 21 and currently sits in 20th place. Their best lap so far is a 1:43.535, which is 0.373 seconds behind the fastest lap. Sabine 27 is pushing hard and closing the gap to Gary 710 from Team for 20 in 2p. They are 0.4 seconds apart, with Sabine 27 looking for a way past. Sabine 27 from Team Blast has just moved up to second position, 0.5 seconds behind leader Gary 710 from Team for 20. Gary 710 from Team for 20 is back on the track in first position after making a pit stop. He's looking to gain some important time in this race. Honorou Ekasuel just moved up to 9th place, pushing another car out of the way. They will have to see if the move was worth it. Fafamaker from Team Navcom Kings is now 4th in the race. They are making their way through the pack and quickly gaining distance over their competitors. Smurf 20 just put on the pressure and moved up to 6th place. This is an exciting race. Smurf 20 from Team for 20 is now back on the track in 7p position after leaving the pit stop. Wack just emerged from the pits and is now in 6th place on the track. Nico Burkast has just moved up to position 7 on the track. They're pushing their way towards the frontrunners. Wack makes a move, passing Smurf 20 from Team for 20 to take 5p. Useless 0T is back on the track after a pit stop, currently in 8th place. Cargelasks has just entered the pits and is now out of the running. The top 8 drivers remain on the track, fighting for position. Lap 0C has just overtaken Skex's Beaupré from Team Epic Pro Moment Racing, moving up to 23rd position. Cargelas has made a move to overtake for 9th position. He's now just behind Carter in 8th and looking for an opportunity to make a move. German Ranger has just left the pits and is now back in 12th place. Driver L1 Data 1967 from Team for 20 has just entered the pits while in position 19. Klitschko said, "An accident." "Oh no. That sounds stressful. Are you okay? Do you need any help with anything?" Onoro Ekasuel has just left the pits and is now in 30th place. Super Dope Joe said, "WTH is this? It's a racing simulator where cars are driven by artificial intelligence and we are competing against each other to see who can finish ahead. It's a lot of fun and I hope you enjoy it." Gary 710 in 3P is 1.0 behind Sabine 27 from Team Blast in 2P. After being 1.3 seconds faster on the last lap, Sabine 27 from Team Blast is now in 2nd place. Dante Vidor has just exited the pits, jumping up to 20p. They'll now be looking to make their way further up the field in the remaining laps. Skex's Beaupré just exited the pits and is now on the track, currently in 26th position. We'll see if they can make up ground in the remaining laps. Drifting Shadow of Team Core is back on the track after leaving the pit lane, in 28th position. German Ranger in the McLaren is rapidly gaining on simple markers from Team Found on Rubbish Dump, and is now just 0.7 seconds behind in 12p. It looks like it won't be long before German Ranger makes the move for the overtake. We just saw Skex's Beaupré get within 0.5 seconds of Albert 1 in 25th position. They're both racing hard and not giving each other an inch. Postaplant has just overtaken a lap 0C and is now in 23rd position. Shota Todoroki 39 is making a move, overtaking 0 Stewie 0 and advancing to 21st position. Seamus 19 is 0.5 seconds behind her 40 in 18th position. They are on lap 24 of 45. Shota Todoroki 39 is pushing hard and closing the gap on 0 Stewie 0 to make up a position. The battle for the lower points positions is taking shape. Shota Todoroki 39 is making a move, taking the inside line around 0 Stewie 0 and is now up to 21p. Seamus 19 is now in 18th place and closing in on her 40 in 17th, less than a third of a second separates them. Stiftsmage Njunge from Team Epic Bro Moment is 0.5 seconds behind due to Smoker Blunt from Team for 20 in 15th place. German Ranger is in a close battle with simple markers, 0.2 seconds behind right now. It's sure to be a thrilling ending of this race. Nico Burgast has just overtaken White on the straight, taking the 6th spot. German Ranger has just made an attempted overtake, but simple markers from team found on rubbish dump held their ground, and they remain in positions 11 and 12. German Ranger has just overtaken simple markers to progress to 11p. They are now a tenth of a second ahead of their rival. Simple markers from team found on rubbish dump continues to hold his 11th place, just 0.4 seconds ahead of German Ranger in 12th. German Ranger is pushing to catch up simple markers, 0.3 separate them in 11th and 12th position. Let's see if they can maintain the pursuit. Sabine 27 closes up the gap and overtakes Lacroix, taking the lead. Gary 710 from Team for 20 has just moved up to 3rd position and is closing in on the lead. Their best lap time is a 1:43.162. Stay tuned to see if they can take the top spot. Simple markers from team found on rubbish dump has just passed COTA for 10th place, 0.3 seconds behind the driver ahead. He is now 11th, continuing his climb through the pack. Simple markers from team found on rubbish dump is currently in 11th place with a fastest lap of 1:45.630, 2.468 seconds off the leader's pace. Gary 710 from Team for 20 has just passed into 3rd place and is now chasing the cars in 1st and 2nd. Gary 710 from Team for 20 is pushing hard to overtake Lacroix from Team Blast for 2p, just 0.5 seconds behind. Wasp Z is 0.3 seconds behind COTA in 11th place, with 27 out of 45 laps complete. 3p Gary 710 from Team for 20 is just 0.3 seconds behind 2p Lacroix from Team Blast in their Red Bull. Wasp Z is quickly gaining on COTA, 0.4 seconds behind in 12p. German Ranger is just inches away from climbing up a spot. They are 0.4 seconds behind Wasp Z in 12th place. German Ranger is making a move forward in the race. They have just overtaken Wasp Z and are now 11th place. Wasp Z is pushing hard and overtaking COTA for position 11. They are neck and neck in this lap. R40 is on lap 27 and 0.4 seconds behind L1 question 1 data 1967 from Team for 20 in position 20. R40 has just passed L1 question 1 data 1967 from Team for 20 to move up to 20p. German Ranger is pushing hard to gain some positions on the track and make up time. They have just gained 0.3 seconds on COTA, moving up to 12p. Drift and Shadow is making a hard push, trying to catch up on a lap 0c. Both drivers are still in contention, and the race is now entering its late stages. Drift and Shadow from Team Core is soon approaching a lap 0c in position 25. They are 0.4 seconds apart, so it will be an exciting finish. Smurf20 from Team For20 is now 0.3 seconds behind Fafamaker from Team Navgum Kings in 4th place. Fafamaker from Team Navgum Kings is currently in 5th position, his best lap time being 1:43.626, slightly off from the fastest lap time. Seamus19 is 0.5 seconds behind Stiefsmädchen as they battle it out for 16th place. Fafamaker of Team Navgum Kings has just moved up to 5th place on the racetrack. Sabine27 has just exited the pits in 1st place following a pit stop, and is now leading the race. Useless0T said, "Amy, I need your help to win this race. Can you help?" "I'm sorry, but I can't help you win this race. Racing is all about skill and practice. But I wish you the best of luck." White is entering the pits, currently in 6th place. Smurf20 from Team For20 has moved up to 4th position. They are closing in on the leader, the spectators are on their feet. Smurf20 from Team For20 is back on the track and holding 7th position. He just exited the pits. Mikko Bokast is exiting the pits in 7th place and rejoining the race after a pit stop. Stiefsmädchen is now closing in on Judas Smokeblund from Team For20 and is attempting to make a pass. Their current positions are just half a length apart. Useless0T passes Bluester and moves up to 7th. L1 question 1 data 1967 is continuing to pull ahead of 0 Stewie 0 on this lap. L1 question 1 data 1967 has a 3.0 second lead over 0 Stewie 0 with just 16 laps to go. Last lap 0 Stewie 0 showed superior speed, coming in 4.2 seconds faster than L1 question 1 data 1967. It's a tight race between these two drivers, who will make the breakaway. We'll have to wait and see. German Ranger has just entered the pits, pushing them in 13th position. Stiefsmädchen from Team Epic Moment is currently in 16th position with their best lap of 1 minute 45.666 seconds, 2.660 seconds off the fastest lap. Sage Tweaks is trying to make up some ground and has moved up to 11th. Simple Markers from Team Found on Rubbish Dump has just left the pits and is now back on the track in 13th position. Sabine27 is pushing to catch up to Lacroix from Team Blast in 1st place. There's 0.4 seconds in it and Sabine27 is giving it her all. The race is heating up. Amanassan from Team Navgum Kings is quickly advancing, moving from 14p to 10p in the past lap. L1 question 1 data 1967 from Team For20 enters pits, currently in 22nd position. Duntuggador just finished their pit stop and has rejoined the race, now in position 18. Sabine27 from Team Blast has made her way up into 2nd place. She's making a move and staying close behind the leader. We just witnessed some great action on the track as Judas Smokerblunt from Team For20 moved to position 15 after starting further back. It's going to be an exciting finish. Seamus 19 is making progress up the ranks. They have just moved up 2 spots to 20th. Stix's Beaupré from Team Epic Moment has just exited the pits and is now back on the track in position 26. Thanks for the follow Maxxwell 1991 and welcome in. Luke Rons has just entered the pit stop, dropping to the rear of the field. He is currently in 30th position. Judas Smokerblunt is now on the move, pushing hard to break into the top 14. They are 0.4 seconds behind Stiffs Machin-Jones from Team Epic Moment Racing in 14th place, looking for a chance to overtake them. It's all happening now. Shototodoroki 39 is pushing hard and has closed the gap to Ramin San from Team Navgum Kings. They are neck and neck as they approach the finish line. Nico Broadcast is now 0.4 seconds behind White in position 6. They are both on the same lap out of 45. Judas Smokerblunt is making a move, trying to get past Stiffs Machin-Jones from Team Epic Moment Racing. Seja Tweaks has just moved up 2 positions, now in 10th place. Nico Broadcast has just made a move to overtake the car in front and has now moved up to 6th position, 0.1 seconds behind Benzo in 5th place. Seamus 19 has just closed the gap and is now within 0.1 seconds of Stewie 0 in 21p. Nico Broadcast is right on the heels of Wipe in 6th place, just 0.3 seconds behind. Keep up the close race. Judas Smokerblunt is closing the gap with Stiffs Machin-Jones from Team Epic Moment Racing. The 2 drivers are now neck and neck. Judas Smokerblunt is closing in on Stiffs Machin-Jones from Team Epic Moment Racing, 0.4 seconds between them. It's a close race as we head into the home stretch. Duntubador is working hard to move up the leaderboard, closing in on Shototodoroki 39 in the 18th position. It's a closely contested race, with just 0.1 separating them. After 33 laps, Judas Smokerblunt from Team For20 is currently 15. Their best lap time was 1:45.691, 2.685 seconds behind the fastest lap. Judas Smokerblunt is making a move on Stiffs Machin-Jones. He is now just 0.3 seconds behind in 15th position. Wipe is pushing hard, closing in on Nico Broadcast. It looks like there's a tight battle for position 6 and 7. We'll have to wait and see who makes it through. Duntubador has just made a great pass and moved up to 17th place. They are now 0.2 seconds behind Shototodoroki 39 in 16th position. Gary 710 from Team for 20 is now 0.5 seconds behind Sabine 27 from Team Blast in second place. Gary 710 was 0.8 seconds faster on the previous lap. Judas Moga is trying to overtake Stjus Machenjunge from Team Epic Bro Moment Racing, closing in 0.5 seconds behind it. COTA Todoroki 39 is pushing hard, trying to make up ground on Amzalan from Team Navgum Kings. He's close at 0.3 seconds behind, and it appears he may have the momentum to overtake. Wipe is pushing hard and closing in on Mikko Broadcast, who is in 6P. Both drivers are vying for position as they battle for the next spot. COTA Todoroki 39 has just pulled ahead and is climbing up the ranks, passing several cars to take 17th place. Dom Tobador has gained 3 positions on the last lap, moving up from 21st to 18th. COTA Todoroki 39 remains in 17th position, 0.5 seconds ahead. Gary 710 from Team for 20 is hot on the heels of Sabine 27 from Team Blast, trailing by 0.5 seconds to take 2P. Gary 710 has just overtaken Sabine 27 from Team Blast. He is now in second place. Sabine 27 is 0.3 seconds behind the leader Lapori from Team Blast in their race for first place. Gary 710 is now pushing hard to close the gap and move up to 2P. Sabine 27 is trying her best to maintain her position, while Red Sony Blue from Team Rally Frenzy is in the lead. Gary 710 has just made an impressive overtake, taking 2P away from Sabine 27 from Team Blast. Things are heating up as we advance towards the final lap, with Gary 710 now just 0.6 seconds behind the leader. Gary 710 from Team for 20 is now pushing hard and is closing in on Sabine 27 from Team Blast in second place. Can he make it to the podium? We'll have to wait and see. Stjus Machenjunge said, "Warum ist mein Autowagen so langsam?" I'm sorry, I don't understand. Can you please say it in English? Sabine 27 has just overtaken Gary 710 from Team for 20 and moved into second place, 0.3 seconds ahead. Gary 710 is pushing hard and has made some impressive moves that have brought him right up to Sabine 27 from Team Blast as they fight it out for 2P. It's a close race, only 0.3 seconds between them. Sabine 27 from Team Blast has just taken second place, overtaking Basha 03 on the straightaway. The racers have just started lap 36. Gary 710 from Team for 20 is exiting the pits and rejoining the race in third position. Wipe has just entered the pits and is now in seventh position. Smurf 20 is out of the pits and on the track in 7th place. He has 9 laps to make up ground on the leaders. Smurf 20 from Team for 20 just moved up to 5th place in the race. Mikko Broadcast is rejoining the race in 7th after leaving the pits behind them. They are now 38 laps into the race and 7 away from the finish. AlphaTauri is on a mission, quickly climbing the ranks. They have managed to close the gap to Assetto Corsa 39 and look eager to pass them down the stretch. AlphaTauri has just overtaken Assetto Corsa 39 and is now in 17th place. We have Seamus 19 in 20th second place, just 0.3 seconds behind Stewie 0 in 21st. It's a tight race. Useless 0T has just exited the pits and is now in the 8th position. Assetto Corsa 39 is closing the gap on Alpine from Team Navgum Kings, who's in 16th position. Assetto Corsa 39 is just half a second behind, with only 8 laps remaining. Sage Tweaks is entering the pits, sitting at 12th place on the leaderboard. Simple Markers from Team Found on Rubbish Dump is entering the pits on this lap and looking to get some critical maintenance done. They are currently in 13th place. Amin San of Team Navgum Kings is currently in 16th place, just ahead of Assetto Corsa 39 in 17th. They are nearing the end of the race, only a few more laps to go. Simple Markers from Team Found on Rubbish Dump is currently in 13th place, fighting to move up the leaderboard in this 45-lap race. Judas Smoker Blunt is entering the pits in 15th position. They are looking to make a change to their car before the final laps of the race. Assetto Corsa 39 is currently in 15th position as we enter the 37th lap of the race. Sage Tweaks has increased his gap over German Ranger to 0.6. He looks determined to secure his place in the top 10. R40 has just exited the pits, moving into 17th place after their pit stop. Skex's Beaupré from Team Epic Bro Moment has just finished lap 38, currently in 24th place. There's still plenty of race left to determine the outcome. German Ranger has just passed 2 cars and is now up to position 9 in the race. Stismädchen Junch said, "Pit again. No problem. We can try another race or pit stop if you'd like. Let me know if it's time to start the next lap when you're ready." Stismädchen Junch said, "Why? Racing cars driven by artificial intelligence is a fun and exciting challenge. Plus, it's a great way to learn more about the technology and discover new ways to use it." Lap 0C is back on the track after exiting the pits in 25p. They will now aim to move up in position as the race nears its conclusion. We now have Drift and Shadow from Team Core exiting the pits and rejoining the race in position 29. Seamus 19 moves up a position, overtaking L1 question 1 Data 1967 from Team for 20 to take 20p. German Ranger is pushing hard to gain on Sage Tweaks, just 0.4 behind, as they head into the final 6 laps of the race. Useless 0T is currently in 8th position, 0.1 seconds ahead of Cargelasps in 9th. Useless 0T had a great last lap, clocking 37.0 seconds faster than their previous lap. German Ranger has just made a move on COTA, taking position 10 and pushing COTA to 11th. Great move from German Ranger driving the McLaren. German Ranger is just 0.5 seconds behind COTA in the race, both drivers going hard for the top 10 positions. Poster plant in the Red Bull is closing in on 0-0, pushing to make it into the top 23. Just 0.3 seconds behind, they're vying for position before the checkered flag. German Ranger is making a move and trying to overtake COTA, jostling for position. Poster plant is 0.3 seconds behind 0-0 in the 23rd position, pushing for a higher spot. Meanwhile, the race is nearing its end with just 6 laps left to go. Can Poster plant catch up? We'll see. Junge said, "What is next track? I'm not sure which track is next, but I know it will be a fun one. I'm excited to see what the R-driven cars can do." Assetto Corsa 39 has just made up 0.4 seconds on AlphaTauri, moving up to 18th position. German Ranger just moved up 1 spot. They are now in 9th position as the lap 40 flag drops. Assetto Corsa 39 has just made a move and overtaken AlphaTauri. They are now in position 17, less than 1 second behind the leader. Assetto Corsa 39 is making a run for it and is currently 0.5 behind AlphaTauri in 18th. Keep an eye on these two as they battle it out for the final few positions. Ferrari said, "What happened to Useless 0T in race?" Useless 0T had a few challenges during the race, but thankfully she was able to finish the race despite the difficulties. However, overall her performance wasn't ideal as she didn't place in the top spots. Assetto Corsa 39 is pushing to close the gap to AlphaTauri in front. They are just 0.4 apart, and the battle for 17th continues. Skex's Beaupré is pushing hard, making up ground on a lap 0C and looking to move a few places up. They're 0.4 seconds behind now after the last lap, and hoping to gain another position. Poster plant is making a charge. They have moved into 23rd position and are pushing hard, posting their best lap of the day with a 1:43.906, just 0.926 seconds off the fastest lap. The remaining 4 laps will be crucial. Assetto Corsa 39 is making a move, overtaking AlphaTauri and claiming 17th place. German Ranger has just overtaken COTA. They are now in 9th and 10th positions respectively. German Rangers is closing the gap to Mid-Canada in 8th. COTA is making a big move up the leaderboard now, just 0.3 seconds behind Cargelas's in position 8. Sabine 27 is quickly closing in on Lacroix, 0.5 seconds separating the two drivers in this exciting race. Cargelas just made a successful pass on COTA for 8th position. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is 0.5 seconds behind the leader, Lacroix from Team Blast, in the final lap of the race. Lacroix is making a move for second place. He has now overtaken his opponent and secured second position. Gary 710 from Team 420 has closed the gap to Lacroix from Team Blast, now 0.2 seconds behind for second place. Lacroix is closing in on Sabine 27's lead, closing the gap by 0.2 with every lap. Things are heating up as they approach the checkered flag. Stay tuned to see who comes out ahead. Sabine 27 is in hot pursuit of leader Danny 76 from Team Power, 0.8 seconds ahead. She is pushing hard to make up the gap before the race ends. Gary 710 from Team 420 is staying close behind, looking to take advantage of any mistakes. Sabine 27 from Team Blast is making a pit stop and looks set to remain in second place. They'll soon be back out on track and ready to complete the race. Smurf 20 from Team 420 is ready to take on the pits in 5P and is currently in 5th position. Gary 710 of Team 420 has just moved up to 4th place in the race. White is coming into the pits for a tyre change, currently in 6th place. They'll be looking to make up some time in the remaining laps. White just moved up to 5th place on the track. This is an exciting move for him. Nico Brocast has moved up to 7th place in the race. We're nearing the end of the race. Who will come out on top? Stay tuned. Gary 710 of Team 420 just passed the finish line and is now in 4th place. Shota 39 just made a mistake and fell back 0.3 seconds behind Bontufador. They are both in 17th and 18th place respectively. Judas Smoker Blunt is looking to make a move on Stivs Machen Junge as they battle it out for the 14P spot. Useless 0T is exiting the pits with fresh tyres, looking to make up some ground in this finish. We'll see if it's enough for them to move up the standings. A40 is quickly closing the gap on Judas Smoker Blunt from Team 420 and looking to overtake into 15th. It's going to be a tight finish. Stivs Machen Junge from Team Epic Bro Moment is entering the pits, dropping to 18th place in the race. Stivs Machen Junge from Team Epic Bro Moment has just left the pits, moving up to 19P in the race with only 1 lap left to go. Wasp Z has just entered the pits, putting them at 9th place in the race. We are nearing the finish line with only 1 lap to go. Simple Markers from Team Found on Rubbish Dump is entering the pits and currently sits in 12th place. Cargelasks is in the middle of the pack, aiming to move up in the final lap. The drivers in front of them are all fighting for position. It remains to be seen who will come out on top. Stivs Machen Junge said, Warren. I'm sorry, I don't understand that language. Is there a question I can answer in English? R40 is now making their pit stop, dropping them down to 17th place. We should hear that engine roll back out onto the track soon. Wasp Z is still in 8th position, holding a 3.1 second lead over Cargelas's in 9th. The last lap saw Wasp Z post a time that was 6.1 seconds faster. Final lap here. R40 has just exited the pits, now 15 positions down from where he was at the start of lap 45. Assetto Corsa 39 has passed multiple cars and moved from 22p up to 17p in the closing laps of the race. Assetto has just passed the checkered flag, securing 23p in the race. Tweaks has just made a move on simple markers from team found on rubbish dump, passing them for 11th place. They are now 0.4 ahead of them with only a few seconds to go. Plant is making a pit stop and will be leaving the pits in 21st place. Albert 1 just made a pit stop, dropping to 26th place. Everyone else is still racing for the finish line. Drift and Shadow from Team Core is entering the pits, currently in 29th position. Stay tuned for the final results. Stismation Junch said, was sold as. I'm sorry, I don't understand. I only speak English. Please ask your question in English. R40 has finished 15p in the race, crossing the finish line with a final burst of speed. Seamus 19 has just crossed the finish line in 19th place, bringing an end to the race. Nico Bocast just crossed the finishing line in position 7, completing the race. Wasp Z has just crossed the finish line in 8th place, bringing an end to today's race. Wasp Z just passed the finish line and took 8th place in the race. Assetto has finished the race in 21st position. Simple markers from team found on rubbish dump has come in 12th place, bringing the race to an end.